Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. I have a little bit of a problem here tonight. My dog is feeling a little insecure. Anyway, welcome. How are you in your living rooms? I hope you're all snuggled up and all ready to watch a really great show. You know, I really tried to bring you guys the best music that I can find anywhere. And sometimes we get really, really, really lucky. The duo that we have tonight is, put it this way, she's been singing as long as I've been living in New London. And back in the day, she killed it. And now she's grown up and she kills it even better. So the person she is with her, I've never heard, but then I just checked him out on Facebook and we've got like 200 mutual friends and they're all musicians. So I'm pretty sure he can carry his own. But I want you guys to decide. Help me welcome to your living room, ACJD.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Match flares up in the darkness, not much to be seen. Just light up my cigarette, sit back and dream. Well, there's no use in turning the light on, 'cause I know you're not home. If you was, I could smell ya, so I know that you're gone. Yeah, I'm alone. Yeah, I'm alone. Well, I used to come home and you'd be sitting right there with your feet up on the table and your hands in your hair, and you'd say, well, where you been all day, baby? I'd say, give me a smile. Then you take my hand and we disappear for a little while. But now I'm alone. Yeah, I'm alone. After a little while I realized you weren't doing your share. I'd come home from a hard day working, you'd still be sitting right there. Then you'd say, well, where you been all day, baby? I'd say, oh, bring it on the dough. Then you'd say, well, we'll drink up on this whiskey, girl, and we'll take it real slow. Where you been, baby? It's been a while. A girl needs a man, not a hand to give her a smile. At least that's my style. A girl shouldn't be left to drink alone. Her mind gets to thinking and she can't stop drinking. The whiskey's a friend till the head starts to spin and the fire starts to go down below. See that bottle of whiskey? That one there on the floor would have saved you some, sweetheart. But I couldn't take it no more. There's hardly a drop left in that bottle. I smoked my cigarette to the end. can't hardly see straight. So I'll just pretend I'm not alone. Hell, I got me some whiskey. I'm not alone. No, I'm not alone. A match flares up in the darkness.
And thank you once again. So that song, and the song you're getting ready to hear, are brand new and unreleased, getting ready to be recorded. This one's called Today.
Today is the only day that matters. Take it just one day at a time. When we are old and gray and the sun is always shining, that's when you and I did yesterday just fine. Today is the perfect day for beginning. This moment lives to shed a little light. When we are settled in and the dreams are within sight, that's when you and I did yesterday just right. Hold my hand and walk until this mountain doesn't stand. Hold my hand, let this love be everything it can. 'Cause today is the only day that matters. Let's live as though it's all we'll ever have. Let's take the thunder and the lightning with a prayer, and then you and I have forever in our care.
Thank you, Andrew Chaney.
Thank you.
All right. Little switcheroony here.
Okay.
So I threw this one at Andy yesterday.
Nice of you.
I still have bruises, actually.
I thought you were going to say, no, the last time.
But the last time you said no, we didn't get to play the tune.
That's
so.
exactly right.
No.
Chapter 1. This is actually one of 2 songs you'll hear on this show today that are getting ready to be released next week as singles, so do please check them out.
When the cars come, will you take it slow? When the rope's hung, are you really gonna go? Peace of mind is something you won't find in chapter 1. Where you've been is never where the story ends, found in chapter 1. It's a kill game. You really ought to take it slow. Here's a fast lane. Fire's burning, gotta go. Who you are is never where the story ends, found in chapter 1. When it's page after page after page after page of the same old, skip to chapter 1. Tell me where that money goes. Tell me where that money goes. The rules of the road, they never get told. Let the plot unfold, to live undone. It's a red light, gotta live to fight. Come on, pass to the right, leave the heat in the night. Tell me where that money goes. Yeah. Turn the page now. Look, it's chapter 1.
He did pretty good for learning that yesterday. This is the amazing Andy Chaney.
Oh, shucks. That is the amazing Josie Davis. And I'm just a lucky dude.
So we thought we'd take this opportunity to show you guys some of the fun stuff that we do when we're out on our regular gigs. Are you ready?
Almost.
Almost.
Live tuning.
You know, that show gets played, that song gets played on every show.
I love that song.
Every musician plays that song on my show.
Nobody plays it as well as we do, though.
I'd have to admit it's not bad.
It can take a really long time.
Here come old fat up, grooving up slowly. He got two eyeballs, he one holy roller. He's got hair down to his knee. He's got to be a joker, he just do what he please. so shiny, got torch and football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he say, I know you, and you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me. He begged production, he got Warriors gumbo, he got no sideboard, he won spinal cracker, he's got feet down below his knees. Hold you in his armchair, you can feel his disease. Come together right now over me, over me. He roller coaster, he got early warning, he got muddy water, he won mojo filter, he say 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. He's got to be good looking, cause he's hard to see. We'll come together right now over me. Come together. 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 Come together.
Hey!
That's a Josie Davis
Nice
again.
job, Andy Chaney. That was awesome.
We like to do a lot of improvisation, you know, like kind of treating our repertoire as a an exercise in the jazz.
Futility?
Yeah, futility.
Some nights it is.
I was just kidding. I just kind of worked.
Oh, we're getting
It's been fun too because we get to introduce new tunes to each other, like on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes we'll do that, and you know. So here's one that Andy threw at me.
I caught it, however.
Yes, you did.
It did not bruise me.
I can't imagine too much of anything bruising you anymore. You've come
bruise
to a
easily.
world of
Gotten
crap.
pretty tough.
Yeah, you are.
So Andy actually also introduced this songwriter to me, Matt Nathanson. Well, not the person. I didn't get to meet the person yet, but
Yeah, I'm still waiting to do that myself. But
let me know. I'll accompany you.
yeah. I'm a big fan of his stuff, so.
I was weaving with the drunks, singing Sinatra loud. I let go of love once it finally had me figured out. Ooh, ooh. I was buried like treasure. No one ever came to mark the spot. So I got good at pleasure, started tying tighter knots. Sad can't catch me, or call me baby now. But it's all I used to believe. If the sun don't light and the night won't turn, we'll get a room at the end of the world, and we'll rewrite all the wrongs we've learned, saving our room at the end of the world. These streets are haunted by the ghosts that wait on luck to come. They sleep with hornets and they wonder why they wake up stunned. Sad can't catch me or call me baby now. But it's all I used to believe. If the sun don't light and the night won't turn, we'll get a room at the end of the world, and we'll rewrite all the wrongs we've learned, saving our room at the end of the world. One heart is never enough alone. One heart is never enough alone. Come on and dance with me. Come on and dance with me, love. 'Cause I need it now. And I feel it, I believe it now. If the sun don't light and the night won't turn, we'll get a room at the end of the world, and we'll rewrite all the songs we've learned, saving our room at the end of the world. If the sun don't light and the night won't turn, we'll get a room at the end of the world, and we'll rewrite all the wrongs we've learned, saving our room. We'll be saving our room at the end of the world.
Nice job, Mr. Andrew Chaney.
Nice job, Miss Josie Davis, making me sound good.
It's mutual.
Something in the water.
Ah, the water's good. Drink more water, people.
I agree. Water and coffee.
Yeah.
That's
And this
That's
stuff.
all you really
the
need.
elixir of life.
And this stuff. I don't know if it works, but I keep trying it anyway. It's called Smart Water.
Forget
Not
about
not
it.
working for you?
I might be immune.
I got nothing.
good girl. She loves her mama, she loves Jesus, and America too. She's a good girl. She's crazy about Elvis. She loves horses and her boyfriend too. Well, it's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard, and I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. Yeah, I'm free. I'm free falling. Yeah, I'm free. I'm free falling. All the vampires walking through the valley, they move west down Ventura Boulevard, and all the bad boys standing in the shadows, while the good girls, the home with broken hearts. Yeah, I'm free. I'm free falling. Yeah, I'm free. I'm free falling. Free falling now. I'm 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 free falling. Josie Davis. Down over Mulholland, wanna write her name in the sky. I'm gonna free fall out into nothing. I'm gonna leave this world for a while. Yeah, I'm free. I'm free falling. Yeah, I'm free. I'm free falling. Free falling now. Free falling now. I'm 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 free falling now. I'm free falling.
Sneaky!
Sneaky.
Always an adventure.
Truly. And a great musical one. Thank you very much, Andy,
Thank
for
you.
being part of my musical life here.
Back at you.
Awesome.
What else we got?
I mean, I'm glad, you know. I mean, it would kind of suck if it was the other way around, you know.
Yeah, I'm stuck with this.
So Andy and I have had a lot of fun putting some tunes together, both original and covers, obviously. And this is one from my album, The Evolution of Love.
I
That's,
love this album.
That's
Oh
one
my
of our
gosh.
faves.
This album got some serious airplay on my show. I just need
yeah.
to tell you
It was
that.
man, I'll
Oh
tell
my
you,
gosh.
I'm so honored by all of that. 10 musicians, local musicians, who put their time and energy into that, and it was an incredible 18 hours of recording. And
Well, not just that.
You did that whole
The-
thing in 18 hours?
whole thing
Yeah,
over a weekend.
but the
So,
writer,
yeah.
the writer of those
Frank in the
songs,
studio.
the writer of those songs,
Who's that?
is off the hook. Yeah. We'll talk about that when you come sit with me.
All right. What I want. That's what I want, to come sit with you.
Yeah, not yet. Pretty soon.
Look at this. I gotta tune
Oh,
it.
that's right. It's just like a gig. Andy's gonna tune his guitar because we believe in tuning for people.
Like I told you, it's the most played song on my show. No worries.
Please don't even worry. We've done that before at a gig, for certain.
Too often.
I'm gonna put a little note on my piano that said, "Did you tune up from D?"
Yes, ma'am, now I have. Ready for battle.
All right, well, that's what I want. All right, here we go.
Take two.
Got a big old diesel running through my mind. She's running high and she's running out of time. Track's been laid, but there ain't no way to stop this train, 'cause she's built to make me what I want. Took years to get her on the track I laid. No idea if she can make the grade. Stuck in fire with a makeshift iron hand on my hand to make these miles. What I want, what I want. You know I believe in what I want. I wanna sink my teeth into what I want. Are you what I need? Are you what I want? I wanna love you, yeah. And I'm gonna get what I want. You give me trouble and I reach a little higher. Is that the kind of fuel's gonna light this fire? She's full speed ahead, are you gonna make a scene? 'Cause the brakes lock up when she lets off steam. I gotta keep her running, gotta live my dream. And I'm gonna get what I want. We're gonna go at the station. I'm 400 miles from your door. Leaving my bags on the platform. I only got room for one more. This ticket is hot in my fist. Don't need no reason to call. Are you ready to jump at the whistle? I ain't stopping till I got it all. And I'm gonna get what I want. What I want, you know I believe in what I want. I wanna sink my teeth into what I want. Are you what I need? Are you what I want? Are you what I want? Can you give me what I need? Give me what I want. I wanna love you, yeah. And I'm gonna get what I want.
Awesome. Anytime you guys want to come talk, you can. I'm setting the clock.
Totally fine. Are you ready for us?
Do one more. and
All
then
right.
and then come over and sit and
do
chit
one
chat.
more.
Mind better?
Yeah,
How's that sound?
Let's bend some minds.
Does that sound groovy?
That sounds groovy.
Very groovy.
So
I
this-
love that word.
Lovely,
by the way.
darling.
Yeah.
I do. I love that word. I think everybody should use groovy as a word. They would be a happier people if they used groovy as a real word.
And swell. I'm trying to bring swell back. How are you? Swell.
If you ask me how I am, I'm going to tell you groovy.
Groovy.
Unless I say fine.
Fine is,
And
is
then we know that
sarcastic
you're not
usually.
telling the truth.
I don't pretend to know much about women, but I know when they say fine, you're usually in trouble. They usually don't mean fine.
You're
It's
right.
like nothing.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You know it's something.
Ain't nothing wrong. Leave me alone.
Yeah, so definitely, come check out the divorce set.
We have one of those, actually. We have a divorce set. I'm educating Josie on all that stuff she's missed out on, so.
So here's the second of 2 singles that'll be released here right before Christmas. This is called Mind Bender.
Mind bender neck, twisted could have been your little sister, baby. What'd she say? Couldn't keep your eyes off of me drifting thighs. Would she ask you to come out and play? Did she know you're just another player on the team? Well, don't you give me no eyes, 'cause I know you weren't surprised when you found out she's 50. Baby, I am mortified. Thought we had something. Well, something's what I didn't know. Now that something's nothing. Baby, I am crazed inside. I thought I was your someone. Well, I got needs of my own, you know. Guess I'll go find someone who won't smile. Bow, chicka bow, bow. Yes, that's what I call it. Well, I guess I should have known when I first took you home. I mean, what had it been? Half an hour? If I'd have known then, well, I wouldn't give in. But you told me you lived in Trump Tower. Baby, I just never seen the view from way up there. Well, that champagne was grand, but you gotta let go my hand. I gotta go find me somebody who cares. Baby, I am mortified. Thought that we had something. Well, something's what I didn't know. Now that something's nothing. Baby, I am crazed inside. I thought I was your someone. Well, I got needs of my own, you know. Guess I'll go find someone who won't smile. Bow, chicka bow, 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 chicka bow, bow. Mr. Andy Chaney.
The Josie Davis.
Come on, guys.
Coming over.
So while they're coming over, let me just tell you some quick little tidbits of information you might like to know. The Hygienic Art Gallery has a gift art gift. exhibit going on. You can go in there, buy really great gifts for a really great price, done by really local artists. Keep the money in the area. You know how I feel about shopping local. Fiddleheads is doing some really cool things for the holidays. Check that out. And the Holly and the Ivory is being put on by Flock Theater. I believe it's 2 weekends, and that's kind of a really cool tour to 4 of the historical downtown places. It's a walking tour, so if you don't like to walk, don't do it. But it's a great thing, and it's a lot of fun. So now I'm going to talk to these guys because they've got more talent than I have teeth. Hi, guys.
That was a good one. I like that.
Yeah. Well, so, oh my gosh, I have so much to talk to you guys about. I don't even know you. I could talk to you for hours just because I want to know. Do you know we have like 208 friends mutual?
I do now.
That's very
It's
cool.
amazing we haven't met before.
It is. It's crazy. I don't
Yeah.
even understand it. But how long have you been in the music business?
Oh,
208
goodness.
years.
About cut me open and count the rings. It's been a long time. Gosh, over 30 years I've been doing
Nice. Where did you meet Josie?
this. Well, your local musician, you got to bump into Josie somewhere. Everybody talks about her, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'd known her
Did
for a
you-
while, but we'd never had a chance to play together.
Did you know her when she was Josie Wales?
I did, yeah.
What is really interesting is, of course, I teach at String Theory School of Music
Right.
in East Lyme, and Chris Lee and Andy used to play with Les Haley, right?
Yeah.
Is this, do I
Yep.
get this right every
Yeah.
time? I think so, right? And I
Les
saw
Haley
them-
in the comics?
No, Les Haley and
Soul
Soul
Injection.
Injection.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was at Lulu's, which is now that sort of like abandoned building at exit 75.
I know.
I was the first time, only time that I've been there, and saw the 3 of them play, and I was like, oh
Right,
my God, there's really music happening
Sure.
here. So no, it's been great, like getting to know over the years a lot of different musicians. But this was actually pretty cool because Andy and I have never had a chance to play. We've been admiring each other's work for a long time. And then another duo that he has with Bethany, I'm sure you'll see Andy and Bethany around. Another fantastic vocalist and a really, really sweet person. She had a procedure to give one of her
Yeah.
kidneys to a friend, to help him survive.
Nice.
And so I was filling in for her while she was recovering, and she is back to playing and doing great things. And but we've continued on here, and
Yeah,
and
it
it's
clicked
just been-
right away,
yeah.
and just we instantly
kind of-
musically had fun together in a way
It's
it went.
kind of hard not to click with Josie.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I'm just saying.
I'll work on that then. I need to work
Yeah,
on
you
that.
really do. You really need to. Your persona is just so unclickable.
I know, yeah.
So now answer the question.
What question?
What made you give up the wailing of Josie Wales?
You know what's really interesting? I've thought a lot about that, Dot, and it's, I think that I've reinvented myself many times during this course of, like even just in the different styles of music that I've tried
Absolutely.
out. And it's been a great exercise for me vocally, and I think that my ability to teach as well as I do and to perform as well as I do comes from me just trying so many different things and so many different sides of myself and what I'm attaching to, and I part of me wishes I never had given up Josie Wales. I mean, like, it's still my website. Like, you can still see me at the website.
Well, the thing is that back then, I was in love with you then from afar. I was afraid of you. Because, but quite honestly, I've always been a little intimidated by talented women.
Yeah, me too.
It's scary.
You have a new fast friend.
Yeah, well, no, really. And then I kind of lost touch with what you were doing. Maybe you took a sabbatical to raise a child or whatever.
Yeah.
And I took a sabbatical to get sober. And I really had to walk away from the whole music thing. But when I saw that you were performing at the Bean and Leaf back while it was still at Washington
the Center
Street,
Circle.
I was
the
like,
Center Circle, yeah.
that's not Josie Davis, that's Josie Wales.
Right.
And they were like, no, that's Josie Davis. I'm like, you didn't know her.
I had to own my name. Well, I was given a name.
But people didn't know you back then.
Yeah.
Like the parents didn't know you back then. And so they're introducing you as who you were now and who you are now. And I'm like, no, that's not who she is.
Yeah. No,
but
I'm
it
definitely
was.
still-
But it was, and you killed it that night. You just killed it. And I was so impressed. I was like, I have to get to know this woman. I have to see what she's done to make herself not who she was, but who she is better.
Yes.
Because what you do on stage, and then came out the evolution of love.
Yes.
I know, I
Yeah.
know. That was just like the same. Did you see that? That was just like the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
The album is, and then you took this onto the road as a cabaret type show, and it was fabulous.
Thank you.
What other things do you do besides sing with single women?
It's not a bad job, I'll tell you that. I don't think her boyfriend would.
Yeah, I'm not single.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, he might say something about the single thing. I don't know.
Who? Wait, we'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
Next question.
Well, in addition to playing with Josie, I also play with Bethany McGill, and
Okay.
that's kind of how I got started into doing the duo thing. She and I have been great friends for a number of years now, and
Maybe you need to bring her back here.
Yes.
that would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll do that.
But really, my full-time musical job is playing with the band Sugar, which I've been in for eons.
Okay. That I've never heard of.
It used to be. It's been around here for a really long time, and
It started as
actually,
Sugar Daddy?
Sugar Daddy, and they'd be done at stashes. That was actually the first time I saw
I remember that.
Chris play. I think,
Yeah.
mostly. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay. Good.
And it's had its own evolution, but like big time event band,
Yep. That's what
which is
happens.
Big stuff.
When you guys are writing together, you are the lyricist or the melodian?
We've actually never written a
We
song
haven't
together.
collaborated.
You haven't
No.
written a song together yet? Don't you think it's
No.
time?
I'm
That's
real-
a great idea.
I'm
actually.
really fortunate that when she brings her songs to the table, she really doesn't give me much in the way of guidelines to follow. I'm kind of free to pretty much do my own sort of thing, so I feel like
Nice.
I'm part of it, even though I wasn't part of the writing process. I
Right.
get to inject a fair amount of my musical self into it.
But
which
you
is
write
awesome.
music also.
I do. I've written a few originals. Yeah.
Okay. So for you, what comes first, the lyrics or the music?
Oh, it changes from time. Sometimes it's a riff, and sometimes it's a. In fact, right now I have an entire album of titles.
Bring it back.
I gotta write, and then now I gotta write the songs, and no,
You do have some songs that are going to be coming out for people to have for Christmas.
I do, yes. Chapter 1 and Mindbender, those two singles will be officially released for Christmas. So
Awesome. And you guys will be able to find those on CD Baby and iTunes.
yes,
Yay.
Yay.
Under Josie Davis.
yeah,
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so please, please, please. And you can probably find you on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook. I am obviously josiewales.com. I'm on the Instagram. I'm on the Face Crack. I'm on the iTunes, the Amazon. I'm on the interwebs. You can find me.
The media things. And what about you? Do you have things up on medias?
No.
No.
Andy hides.
No. I mean, obviously.
I don't know. That
like,
last name is kind of tough to, I friended you,
Excellent.
so you are on Facebook, but as a private entity.
Yeah,
So
just me.
you and your female friend don't have a name for your band. What's her name? Rose? Oh,
Bethany.
Bethany.
McGill, Andy
Why
and
did I get-
Bethany.
Yeah, it's just
And-
Andy and Bethany. We're on Facebook.
And you can find ACJD on Facebook as well, and that's where we put all of our
Nice.
stuff up there. So ACJD Live, all one word.
well, actually,
will take
that's
you
supposed to be a lightning bolt.
It should be a
That's-
lightning bolt.
that's on the
we've
TV
been-
lightning bolt's on back
we've
order,
got
I think.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing that for a while.
I couldn't.
just haven't
I
worked.
tried to put a lightning bolt in, and there's a bunch of weird things on different posts that I put up. But there's already a video up of you guys on Facebook.
Great.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
Bob Steller does that all the time. He's awesome. He's the best cameraman in the world.
See, it's in the camera.
See? Yeah.
He's nodding.
I know. And so you'll see that when you go to do that. Where do you see this partnership going?
I personally think it's great. I mean, as I took the leap 3 years ago to really make music my full-time thing, of course I do have a great roster of students. Love working at String Theory and
I
with
know
the
you do.
instructors there. It's just so incredible, and it's such a growth for me all the time.
Yep.
But being able to gig all the time really requires that you have multiple projects.
Yep.
And the duo thing, I must say, is really in this area, it's where you can actually make some semblance of a living, because you can play during the week. Venues get to pay less, and get more, and we get more for, for being there, just,
Yep.
and it makes it possible, honestly. It makes
It's
that other
nice.
half of your income possible, so I don't want to stop.
No, me either.
Well, there's a certain connection between you two that's really visible while you're performing together, and I like that. And
So
the
do we.
charisma that comes from you also seems to come from Andy.
Yes, yeah.
So,
it's a comedy show.
Yeah,
Like, our
well, a
gigs are
little,
definitely
yeah, a little
comedy
bit,
show.
a little bit.
But it's fun and it's lighthearted and it allows you to approach the music in that way.
It's
too,
nice.
which is so great because
Well,
it doesn't
and you-
have to be work all the time.
Yeah, but
you know?
sometimes you do some really heavy songs, so having him to lighten the load, especially when he wears his light bulb hat.
I love that.
Oh, you
hat.
did find me on Facebook.
Yes, I did. I'd like a light bulb hat. I think that would be groovy.
Or swell.
I can't do that.
That'd be
All
totally
right.
rad.
So the fact is that we can find Josie and Andy on Facebook and on Josie on all kinds of media. Look on josiewales.com. She's got all kinds of stuff. If you haven't heard the album Evolution of Love, please check it out. It's probably from that year of CD releases. I believe that was in my top 2. It might have even been my top 1. I don't remember. I think the other one was Daphne Lee Martin's CD. Did that release the same year?
Yes, there was a bunch of stuff came out that year.
You
It was a
guys-
fantastic year for local music. It really was.
I was blown away by it. I played it on my show all the time. You guys need to go take us out because we're down to like no minutes. We have like 3 minutes.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Come
Dot.
back.
Thank you.
Andy, bring Bethany back and do a show with me. I'd like that very much. And Josie, let me know when you got music to go. So they're going to take us out. You guys are awesome. Thank you for inviting us into your living room every Saturday night. If you have any complaints about sound or anything, please feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I need to know if you're not hearing things correctly. I can't fix what I don't know. Okay? I love y'all. Until next week, bye-bye. God bless and have a great week.